Okay, so what we're doing here is a review of the GYSFlash 100. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it. GYS, Giz. I don't know. I call it GYSFlash. Yeah, let me know if it's meant to be called something different. Anyway, so when I purchased mine about 4 years ago, it came, or I ordered it, in the case. And I might as well review the case as well, just to give you an idea if it's worth it or not. Now the case, to be fair, is very robust. Mine's always survived. I like to look after things. Here we go. So this is how it sits in the case. And this is how I sit mine in the case anyway. So normally your leads just lay down the side here. I haven't bothered to put mine in because this time of year, as you'll see a little bit later, I don't use this case. But, okay, so I put a cover over it, put my leads on, no harm's going to come to the tool, and 4 years later it looks like the day that I got it. And here's the tool itself. The only thing I'd say I don't particularly like about the case, although it's great, is that I don't believe it is purpose built for the machine. And so what you've got is these inserts here, and it just sits on those. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but aesthetically it does my head in. But forgetting that aside, it does a great job of protecting the tool. And if I had a workshop and didn't like leaving my tools there every evening, then this would be perfect for the job. So that's the case that comes with it. To be fair, it's good value for money, it's robust, it's not going to get damaged. Okay, here's the actual tool itself, the GYSFlash 100. Like I said, I'm not convinced it's pronounced Giz. Could be Giz, or maybe it's GYS, who knows. Anyway, here's the tool itself. Around the back is just a simple on-off switch, and just some ports where you plug in your tools and power. Just something to mention actually while we're talking about power, is that because I work totally mobile, I've got an inverter under the driver's seat and a leisure battery under the passenger seat. The leisure battery is a Roma 230 amp lithium battery, and it will power this all day long. So even if this is pulling 100 amps, that leisure battery will cope fine. So I don't know, what's the minimum you'll get away with, but certainly, 230 amp lithium does the job fantastic. Right, come down here. This is set to diag mode. So diag is what you're going to need for battery support or for doing programming or remapping. That's the one to do. You'll see I'm set to 14.2 volts. People have their own preferred voltage, usually anywhere between 13.7 and 14.4. The only reason mine's set to 14.2 is recently when I was helping Volkswagen out, I noticed theirs was set to 14.2, and I thought if it's good enough for them, you know what, it'd be good enough for me. Right, I'll just show you the mode button. So when you get it, it goes like showroom, charging mode, and diag. It's important, so once I've set mine to diag, when I switch it on and off, it always starts up in that same mode, so it's quite simple. And then to change the voltage, just hold down the select button, and then you can go up and down. So say we want 13.7, hit select, and now when I hit start, it'll be 13.7. What's important to note, so regardless what happens to the vehicle now when it's attached to this, is that if the fans were to come on the vehicle and draw more power, the tool would up the ampage to still meet the 13.7 volts. So whatever happens, I'm going to deliver 13.7 volts to the vehicle. Just stop it, put it back to where we start from. There, 14.2, select, and now I'm going to deliver 14.2 volts. And you'll notice the more voltage I deliver, the more amps it requires. Okay, so that's it. Apart from the leads that come with it to go to the battery, I believe they come in 2.5 meters long. It's not a lot. It's fine if you're working in a workshop and got a nice trolley. Me working mobile, I prefer a longer length of lead. especially during the rainy season, because quite often I can just leave the tool in the van, open the side door, and if I purchase 8-meter leads, which I have, I can easily run the 8-meter leads without the tool getting wet. But as you'll see in a bit, I've got another solution for that. So that's the GYS Flash 100. If it's been helpful, why not give a like or even subscribe to the channel. Sorry about the wind noise today, but I can't help the days that I have to work in. Okay, so I don't have the luxury of a workshop, but what I do need is a good battery support unit, and regardless, even if I know the vehicle isn't going to draw much power, I still always put the battery support unit on it. Now obviously it's not raining today, but I put the lid on just to show you. So I carry my GYSFlash in a box like this. It just comes from somewhere like the range, and it's white, you know, it's got enough room inside it to keep the air flowing. And I'll just show you. So there's the tool working along there, and I just cut a notch, as you can see, out the top there, so it allows me to hang the cables out the top and then just put the lid on when it's raining, and it just prevents the tool from getting wet. And it's done me 4 years, so it's going well. And then just in the back here, I've just got a cheap wing cover that I then put over top of the tool itself, and then just wind in the cables and lay the cables on top of the wing cover so the tool doesn't get scratched or damaged. So that's it. So no excuse for not using a battery support unit, and it's a great way of keeping it weatherproofed and looking after it. Just in case anybody wasn't sure what I was going on about when I pack it away, just to keep it idiot proof. So I just lay the cover over top of the tool, wind the cables back in, put the lid back on, and that's it, I'm away.